Hi everyone. So today I'm going to show you some few tricks on how we improve and optimize prompt instructions, and then also conduct deep research and also write documents or even articles using Gen AI or these popular Gen AI platforms, which are OpenAI's ChatGPT, Anthropic's Claude, Google's Gemini, and also Perplexity. So currently, as of this date, I'm currently using the updated GPT-5 model, which includes auto, fast, and thinking. Now, auto means that the LLM decides how long it should think depending on the task, and then also fast is simply for fast reasoning, which are usually common for simple questions or simple queries, and then thinking, which are usually used for deep research and other deep analysis as well. And then also, I'm currently using Claude, which is the Claude Pro, which includes the updated Claude Opus 4.1 and Claude for Sonnet. And then I'm using Gemini Advanced, which includes the Gemini 2.5 Flash and 2.5 Pro. And then I'm also currently using the enterprise version of the Perplexity Pro as well, which includes their own language or AI model, which is Sonar, Claude's 4.0 Sonnet, GPT-5, Gemini 2.5 Pro, and then also Claude Sonnet 4.0 Thinking as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this prompt instruction. Okay, so this is the prompt that I've manually written. So as you can see, this is the actual prompt request in which I wanted the AI model to conduct a deep research and also conclude an analysis as well. And this is also another prompt. Now, the purpose of this is to request to rewrite or grammatically rewrite and optimize this prompt instruction, but to also all optimize it using the create plus the chain of thought framework. Okay, so um, please note that I'm currently using ChatGPT Plus as well, so I have access to these AI models under the GPT-5 model. Now, I'm going to test this prompt using the GPT-5, which is their thinking version. So I'm going to use this, include 4.0 Opus. So I'll try to use the best model first for the first three, while I'm going to use or I'm going to allow Perplexity to use whichever model best suits for this request. So basically, I'm going to let Perplexity decide which is the best model applicable for this prompt request. Okay, so we can see it's already trying to think and optimize the prompt instruction. Okay, so please note this is just an example, so it will be up to you, the user, whichever prompt suits for their needs as well. So I would highly suggest to apply the human in the loop framework to ensure that you get the best or optimal result that you want for your needs. Okay, as we can see, Perplexity has already been creating its optimized prompt instruction based from the original prompt instruction. While Gemini, on the other hand, instead of optimizing the prompt instruction, it's actually want us to conduct a deep research. Now, I'm going to do is in, I'm going to try again without deep research for now. And then Claude already finished optimizing the prompt instruction. Okay, while ChatGPT is already has already conducted its optimized prompt instruction. Okay, so even Perplexity did its comparison already. besides the prompt instructions. So what we're going to do, we're going to test the optimized version coming from ChatGPT. Okay, so we're not going to use the one-liner prompt. Okay, so we're going to clear the chat for everyone. So we're going to do a new chat. Then we're going to test this prompt instruction and then add deep research. So as we can see, if you're using the plus version, you can see that we have 23 deep research left until September 4th. Unless if you're using the ChatGPT Pro version, which costs $200 per month, that's going to be an unlimited feature. Okay, so let's start the deep research for ChatGPT. Then we'll use Claude 4.0 Opus and then select deep research, which is this button, and then use Gemini and then use deep research. We're going to still revert to the Pro model plus the deep research. And then we're going to use Perplexity. We're going to click this button. As we can see, it says here Pro enabled because we're using the Pro version. So this is the labs is a different feature. We're not going to discuss this, but we're going to use deep research. As we can see, we're going deep Perplexity is going to choose which best model is applicable for this request. So let's do the deep research. Okay, so it says here, thanks for the detailed brief. So this is from ChatGPT, so it's asking for clarifying questions. So it says here, are you specific paid VA training providers by name you'd like to include? Okay, so okay, so yes, an example will be virtually yes, a TikTok content creator and Bloggy Mary, but ensure to widen the given examples. Do you want to focus on data only? Include the recent, yeah, we'll just probably opt into yes because it's the last recent 3 years. Should I include regional VA bootcamp? Yes. Okay, good thing about ChatGPT is, especially if you're using the Plus and the Pro version, especially on conducting deep research and thorough analysis, it's going to ask you for additional clarification so that it will have more context and give you the most optimal result. Okay, so it says here, we're back in Claude. It says here, enable integration for Claude to use in research. We'll probably say cancel for now. Okay, so we'll just continue with the deep research. For some reason, it actually incurred an error. And then with Gemini, it says here it's giving us some additional information on how it will conduct the deep research. So it's up to us if you wanted to edit the plan or just start research. So we'll just start research. On the other hand, Perplexity has already finished its deep research. It even created the key comparison as well. including the key insights, learner's profile, recommended paths. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do like ask these AI models to create an article applicable for LinkedIn or Medium using the deep research analysis you did. Create an article that is insightful, clear, and easy to understand where the general audience could relate. Ensure that this article can be posted via Medium and LinkedIn. Okay, so as we can see, we're doing a prompt chaining, which means that we're using a follow-up request. In fact, we're asking the AI model to create an article that is insightful, clear, and easy to understand, which means that we are already asking the AI model what the tone will be, who's the audience, which is general audience, which could relate. We can even add here, including experienced remote freelancers and virtual assistants. And we're asking the AI model to ensure that this article is applicable to be posted for Medium and LinkedIn as well. So we're going to get this started. Okay, so as we can see, Gemini is still conducting the deep research. And then for Claude, it says here, help you comprehensively analyze paid versus free training Philippines. So similar with ChatGPT, Claude is asking for clarification questions. So it says here specific provided yes. We'll just put it yes. Few agencies, investigate, priority skills track. Yes, go ahead. It says here average income should be between, let's say, $650 to, let's say, $3,000. Highly specialized technical skills like automations using Go high level. Yes, let's say Zapier, or let's say N8N, etc. Advanced agentic, or let's say we can just probably put it $3,500 because these are high advanced technical skills in terms of these are just samples, by the way. But with my experience, usually those freelance, especially for direct clients who are handling like high level or advanced automation, which includes AI and LLMs, they are actually usually earning between two to $3,500. Okay, so we're going to actually continue conducting this research based on the context I provided. So let's continue with ChatGPT. So as we can see, it's still doing its deep research because what we did is we used the thinking mode and then also the deep research model as well. So it says here, probably we'll just click confirm to use Notion. Okay, so let's go back to Gemini. So we can see this one. It's actually still conducting the deep research for us. And then as we can see, Perplexity, it has already conducted its article. Okay, so I think this is not the article yet, but create the requested article based from the original request. So instead of create, let's change it to write the requested article and context provided. Okay, so right now it's already giving us the article that we've requested. So that's what we call prompt chaining. So we're just basically doing like a follow-up request or a follow-up instruction to ensure that the AI model understands what we actually want. So remember when you're doing prompt engineering framework, so or we're using prompts, so basically prompts are actually a form of instruction using text, similar with for coders or software engineers, the form of instructions they're providing with the machines is are codes or syntax. And then we're going to check ChatGPT. And right now, Claude is still working on the analysis. So depending on your request, this could take longer because these AI models wants to make sure that they're actually getting the right context, the right answers. So it's not just like a one size fits all. So it may also depend on your prompt request. However, the more clear, detailed, concise, and consistent your prompt is, the better result you get. That is why we earlier I've shown you that I've actually attached a document to actually use it. Okay, so let's check the status. Okay, by the way, just to correct myself earlier, you have the option to actually enhance a prompt instruction. You can actually, if you like already have a built-in framework, like just this example, you can actually do that by simply making sure that you either have access to or connected to the Google Drive, or your file is already ready, which you can actually upload from your device. Okay, so this is an example. So you can do this with Gemini. You can even do this with Perplexity via Google Drive or even from your own device. Or you can also do this with ChatGPT as well, either from your device or from Google Drive, provided that you have connected your Google Drive. Okay, so this error is normal. All you have to do is to click refresh whenever this happens. Same goes with Claude as well. You can already use these features as long as it's connected. So that's what we call MCP. So, but we're not going to discuss this. So we're going to discuss this on a different topic as well, or what MCP or Model Context Protocol is. Okay, so as we can see, going back to Gemini, it has already uh, conducted or finished the deep research. So the next thing that we're going to do is to ask Gemini to write an article. So as you can see, because my Grammarly is still enabled. So using the deep research analysis, you didn't write me and yeah, there you go. I just modified it. So we're going to ask Gemini to write an article based on the deep research that it did. It even provided a comprehensive comparison. Okay, so as we can see, Claude is still conducting its thorough deep research. ChatGPT just finished its deep research. As we can see when we hover to this, so this means that if you see the proper section, this is where the context has been based. So these AI models, whenever they do like a deep, thorough analysis and deep research, they conduct reference articles, websites like this one. So the good thing about these features are users have the option to do the human in the loop framework or to do a cross reference. So, because remember that AI models could still make mistakes. So, that's why the good thing about these features is it allows us to actually do the human in the loop framework or basically a human review. Okay, so Claude is still trying to finish its deep research, but ChatGPT and Gemini has finished their comprehensive deep research as well. As you can see, it also provided a table comparison as well. So as I've requested, so the next thing I'm going to do is ask it to create an article. Okay, so as we can see, Gemini has already finished its article that is ready to be posted. So it's not to scare everyone, but apparently, some of the jobs or tasks that might be impacted with the advancements of artificial intelligence could be writers, researchers, because imagine these tasks, which usually takes about hours or even days, could just take less than about 30 minutes up to an hour. So depending on the task that you wanted AI model, provided that you already have the necessary tools, the frameworks, like for example, the chain of thought, the create framework, and also at least basic domain knowledge in terms of thorough research and analysis as well. Even for data analytics and also code generation, these four tools, which is Claude, Gemini, ChatGPT, and Perplexity, also have coding capabilities as well. So imagine the impact on these jobs. So that's why we highly encourage people to reskill and upskill, especially for jobs where there are less demand or industries where there are less demand in terms of job competitions as well. So it's already generating the article that we requested. So for Claude, it's taking a little bit slow. It says here 8 minutes and 28 seconds. Okay, so as we can see, it's already writing the requested content that we wanted to. So Gemini has already finished its content. So even on this deep research, you have the option to export it on docs or copy content. So for demo purposes, I'm going to export content. So the question is, why is it possible with Gemini? Remember, Gemini is Google's product. So it is highly integrated with most of its core products like Gmail, Google's Workspace, like Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Drive, Google Slides, and also other tools like, for example, Google Cloud's Vertex AI for code generation, even Google Meet as well. So these are some of the examples, so which actually is very efficient. And then also with Perplexity, we have the option to export or even share this answer. As we can see, we can add it to space, although we're not going to discuss this because spaces are one of Perplexity's features. We can export it as PDF, a doc, it's up to us. So if you wanted to share this via link, that's fine, it's up to you. For Claude, it says here it's already at 10 minutes and 16, 17, 18 seconds. With ChatGPT, we have the option to copy this or even share this. It's up to us. Or if you wanted to refresh or try it again, so ChatGPT will rewrite everything. So it depends with us. Okay, so let's go back to Claude. Okay, it's saying that for 10 minutes and 54, 55 seconds, it's still trying to conduct the deep research. If we click this, we can see what um, Claude is doing. Let's say, for example, the task. So it's just basically trying to explain to us the task that it's trying to do. So for example, it's saying here that it's trying to gather 419 sources. Let's say Philippine VAs can earn uh, between $650 to $3,500 a month for three specialized skills. Philippine virtual assistant industry, Philippine VAs, initial investments, and so on and so forth. Okay, so going back to the deep research analysis, just to give a context. So what we did is these AI models created an article based on the deep research that they did. Now, these deep research are a combination of the human review from the original prompt plus the actual research pipelines that it did, which includes like the actual websites, contents, including comparisons as well. So as we can see, to actually give you a context, basically there's a bit some discussions about the remote freelancing and virtual assistant industry where first timers basically are encouraged either to take a paid course or to just do it by yourself or DIY, because so that they don't have to pay. Like for example, they can search training materials on YouTube, even on TikTok, or just pay a very small amount on Udemy so that you can get the explicit technical trainings that you need. However, for some, the reason why they offer paid courses is because most of these paid courses are live trainings where it is actually facilitated by real-time coaches, and then also there's a real-time question and answer, and then also these trainings, especially these live trainings, are curated. So meaning these are actually already been predefined and then also assessed based on different requirements, let's say client requirements, and also depending on the learner's perspective as well. So basically, there are two sides of the coins here. So that's the goal of this analysis. So going back to Claude, so it says here it's still actually trying to gather resources. Okay, so I think since it's going to take a bit long, so it's almost 30 minutes. So basically, just to give you a context, what Claude is doing right now is same thing what ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Gemini has been doing. So it's just depends on the platform on how long it thinks, and it's also the capabilities of each AI models as well. So I think that's it. This is an example on how we can actually conduct deep analysis and deep research on four different platforms using the most updated AI models up to this date as well, comparing the arguments of either paying for paid courses or live training courses, or versus to for us opting to free online resources like YouTube or even TikTok to learn virtual assistant or remote freelancing tasks. So that's all. Thank you so much.